Hi, everybody. It's nice to see you. So our practice these days is a combination of some quiet time where you can do your own practice. If you're so inclined, it can be a practice of observing your breath, and we'll do some guided instructions around that for those of you who are newer here. And I did want to say that in general, when we talk of a meditation session in our tradition, in the Mahayana tradition, in the Buddhist Tibetan tradition, we speak of the three sacred elements for every practice. And these sacred elements are that first we remind ourselves that we are practicing to be of benefit, to enhance our own situation such that we can be of benefit in the world. That's extremely important. And actually just having that orientation, even for a moment, is quite a significant shift in the horizon of who we are, what we think we are, what we think we're about. So we're not only sitting here for ourselves. We are sitting here for ourselves to become more calm, to become more clear, but we're definitely here for others, ultimately. And the second sacred element is that we have a sense of lightness. We have a sense that everything is in a kind of flow, that there is not anything, including our own selves and our own wishes, that is in any way reified or solid or substantial or findable, or anything that we could really and truly, if we sat and thought about it, call an actual self. But of course we're here, and we're quite effective. We're going to sing, we're going to chant. We're definitely here, we're present. But we're not quite as real as we often think we are. So we try to keep that in mind. That's why I say a sense of lightness. Not this tight thing like I have to do this and I have to do it in such a way and it has to come out in such a way and I have to be in total control. Because the truth is, in practice, as you know, that we're not in control. There is a grace that may descend upon us. Our experience may open. It may be a very blissful experience. But it may be something else also. And we cannot make it happen one way or the other. So it's a very profound thing that is often said by some of our teachers, that whether your meditation is good or bad, there's no difference. It takes quite some time, I think, to appreciate that statement, the profundity of that statement. But one thing we can understand from that is that we're not actually trying to make anything happen. In fact, we're recognizing that we have not the possibility of actually making some particular thing happen. But what we can do is that we can be here, we can be present, we can offer our best intention, our best presence, and then something will unfold. Some days our minds just kind of clench up and are totally rattling around, and we really can't do anything about it, except we can persevere. Instead of just getting up and feeling discouraged and lambasting ourselves for being lousy meditators, no, we don't do that either. We just stay there. And we cultivate an okayness, in a sense, with whatever occurs, even as we're doing, in some sense, our best. And then the third sacred element, these are called the tambasum in Tibetan, as you may recognize. The third is that we dedicate, we share at the close. This is what we do at the close of our session always. We, as you know, dedicate our merit to our own actual enlightenment, not just to being rich or famous or something like that, but that we actually develop along the path, furthering our compassion, our presence, our wisdom, and we dedicate it to the long life of our teachers, on whose presence our path has depended, and we also dedicate to everyone in the world who's suffering, and specifically people whose names that we write in the book. So those are the three sacred elements. And we are taking this opportunity also to together engage in these foundational practices, which are foundational for our tradition. And for those of us who are familiar with these, who do them on a daily basis already, it's nice to come and do it together on a daily basis for a period of time. Usually we're all at home doing it by ourselves. And for those of you for whom this is new, it's an opportunity to get a little familiar with it. The practice of the path it's a very rich endeavor, actually, and there are different elements to it. And those different elements are all present here in these foundational practices. And so if you don't understand at this time, that's fine. It's actually, none of us understand fully. Truth to tell, every line is profoundly significant, and we spend a lot of time reading and reflecting on the meaning of these. But for those of us who have studied some of this, who've read Words of My Perfect Teacher, for us when we do this, it kind of refreshes what we are familiar with and deepens that familiarity. And if you're new, you begin to taste it, and then if you wish, you have a basis for continuing on. So we're going to do that. And the fact that we sing is also important, because singing opens the body and mind and certain parts of the brain in particular ways. So we're going to sing. Great Bliss Blazing is at our teacher's monastery in Tibet. Every session of teaching and meditation begins with this. It was written by Mipam Rinpoche, one of the greatest figures of the early 20th century in Tibet, who's actually in direct lineage with us as well. A very profound ode to reality, invoking all good, positive things to come and be present. And then part of practice involves purification. And so we do the 9 breathings, the purification of winds and speech on page 8. And if you like, you can read about this. It's quite clearly described in Tantric Practice in Nyingma, Kesen Sambo's book, also in Words of My Perfect Teacher, probably in other texts as well. I'm not sure, can't remember right now. It's on, so I can't say Rinpoche describes it in his teaching on the foundational practices. And again, this is an open door and something more to explore. With the 9 breathings, we send out all negativities, which are constellated in the famous three of desire, hatred, and ignorance. The purification of the winds, we use the syllables Om, Ah, Hum. And we feel that we're breathing in Om. At the bottom of the breath is Ah, and we're exhaling Hum. And if that's new, just let it be for now. Purification of speech, we feel that our tongue resolves into a luminous vajra of red light, and then the letters, the vowels and consonants of the Sanskrit alphabet rotate around in the center there and send out rays of light to all of the Buddhas and Bodhisattvas, who then send rays of light back to us and bless our speech. Speech is such an important element in everything that one does. So this is a way of blessing speech. And again, if you're new to this, of course this takes time for this to feel meaningful, and this is an opportunity that we welcome you to just begin to taste it. And if you're interested, you can learn more about it, and it will become quite simple. Okay, we'll do that. We'll actually sing through to Refuge and Bodhicitta, and tomorrow and the next day I'll just talk a little bit about those elements, so that by the end of the week you will have heard or reviewed some of the essential principles of these practices. Okay. Well, maybe we'll sing it in English again tonight, since we have people who, it's good to sing it in English sometimes. Okay, so again, we just know that we're really doing this for the benefit of the world. Om Ahong Hri, great bliss, blazing power, palace where wisdom wants no bliss and emptiness, blissful lotus ones with no wanting, Vajra sun great glory shines from there, true form Amitabha, Dorje Lokesh, Lord compassion, passionate, lotus, Lord master of world and peace, power Heruka outshines all things, Sangwa Yeshe Vajravarahi, Demcho Dizar, King great bliss treasure, mind muse Rikshema rules all mudras, high-low dancing in bliss emptiness, power wielding Dak and Daki host, you know seen and empty as the same, you dance your Vajra form, shakes three worlds, your laugh and ceaseless speech rouse three realms, red light rays suffuse all worlds in peace, stir and gather world peace essences, grant the 2 feet our supreme desire, Vajra passion of your own heart mind, with great Vajra hooks and lassos you bind to great bliss all you know and see, dance play in the endless magic net like sesame pods burst open with 3 roots power, God host vast array, bless and grant as with respect I pray, for unhindered city power in all feats high and low that I desire. You do 21 breaths, Om, Ah, and Hum. Om is white, Ah is red, Hum is deep blue. So you're not just breathing air, you're breathing in blessings, holding blessings and exhaling blessings, white, red, and blue. Om Ahom, Om Ahom, Om Ahom. Red drum fire burns away my tongue. Now a tri-spoked vajra of red light. Letters enter rising's essence there. Wheels of pearl strands in its hollow core. Their lights, gifts, please Buddhas, Buddhas' heirs. Return clear speech, block, yield, vajra voice. All speech, blessings, cities I receive. A I U R I I O ang A I U R I O ang A I U R I O ang Kaka nga cha 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 nya ta 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 na ta 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 na pa 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 ma ya la va cha ke sa hang kya Kaka nga cha 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 nya ta 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 na ta 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 na pa 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 ma ya la va cha ke sa hang kya Kaka nga cha 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 nya ta 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 na ta 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 na pa 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 ma ya la va cha ke sa hang kya Yidama Hidrabawa Hidram Tikam Dadagato Yawa Det Tikam Chiona Rodevam Vadi Mahashramanai Soha Yidama Hidrabawa Hidram Tikam Dadagato Yawa Det Tikam Chiona Rodevam Vadi Mahashramanai Soha Yidama Hidrabawa Hidram Tikam Dadagato Yawa Det Tikam Chiona Rodevam Vadi Mahashramanai Soha Lamain Kien, Lamain Kien, Lamain Kien Om. From faith and hope and flower in my heart, arise, refuge, my kind Lama. Coarse deeds and failings now afflict me. Take me from this difficult lot. Arise, adorn my great bliss crowns wheel. Rouse me to be mindful and aware. And so we feel that the luminous Lama, or if you like, simply an orb of light, which is actually the presence of complete wisdom and compassion, rises from your heart to your crown and is present in front of you, kindly observing and supporting you. Freedom's rare life lost to distraction, despite change, death, mind grasp permanence. Affliction sway their effects, sure to ensnare me in this suffering swirl. Swift soul refuge, most loving Lama, transform these minds, my most kind Lama. Rare mortal base take on real meaning. May I guard pure ethics, leave this world. And feeling that your father is seated on your right, and all your male relatives as well, your mother on your left, and all your female relatives alongside her, and any enemies or difficult beings in front, friends, acquaintances, all the various beings of the entire world, all multitudes surrounding you, and you, like them, are aware of your longing for refuge. And so you lead this entire world of beings in expressing refuge in this luminous Lama who has risen from your heart and is before you in space. In 3 real jewels, 3 root bliss-filled ones, channels, winds, bright orbs, this Bodhi mind. Essence, nature, moving love mandal, until full Bodhi I seek refuge. Kunjok sum ngate shek zawa sum, zalung tigle rang shing chanchup sem, ngorang shing tu jeging kor la, chanchup ning bevar tu chup suchi. In 3 real jewels, 3 root bliss-filled ones, channels, winds, bright orbs, this Bodhi mind. Essence, nature, moving love mandal, until full Bodhi I seek refuge. And in response, streams of light pour down, touching you and all the beings with you. We all transform into light. And as light, we rise up and completely unify, light to light, mind to mind, heart to heart, one with this luminous, enlightened being. And as this luminous being, we now dissolve from the outside in to the last drop of light at our heart also melts into space. And when thoughts again begin to arise, we emerge from space as before, the luminous Lama in front of us, family, friends, everyone around us. And now we sing our intention to experience the real and genuine peace of the nature of our own minds, deep clarity, so that we can lead all beings to that exquisite state. Oh, like moons in water, sights deceive us. We ever roam bound in cyclic chains. So all may rest in their clear mind sphere. I raise Bodhi through 4 boundless states. Oh, natsok nangwa chude tsunre ji, korwa lugu jundu jambedro. Rang rega sel ying sung el se cheer, seme chi ying ang ne sem je do. Oh, like moons in water, sights deceive us. We ever roam bound in cyclic chains. So all may rest in their clear mind sphere. I raise Bodhi through 4 boundless states. And now this luminous Lama, this orb of light, the distillation of all love and kindness as well as wisdom, melts into light and dissolves completely into your own heart and mind. And when thoughts again start to come, everything reappears as before. And now purified in this way, blessed in this way, supported powerfully through these wholesome intentions, this loving aspiration. Very gently direct your attention to your breath. And let your attention rest on your breath. And without forcing anything, finding a middle way between being too tight, too loose. Just letting your attention ride your breath, feeling all the sensations associated with inhalation, the pleasurable surge that comes with bringing in fresh energy. And when you're ready to expel that, the pleasure of relaxation, and aware of all the sensations associated with your exhalation. You're not trying to make anything happen or bigger than it is. You're just open to becoming quieter and more aware of what is actually occurring. Whenever you find that your mind has wandered, which minds have a tendency to do, no doubt, you simply bring it back. There's no problem. You just bring it back. If you're quite new to this practice, it can be very helpful to count. So that means an inhalation and an exhalation is 1. The next is 2. You can go up to 21 and start again. Whenever you notice that you've been distracted, maybe you forgot what number you were at, you simply start over. There's no problem ever in starting over. So this is how we develop some capacity for attention. This is how we soothe the hyperactivity to which most of us are deeply habituated. And we're patient with ourselves because it doesn't change overnight. On the other hand, if you find yourself settling too deeply into a kind of torpor, then you want to rouse a bit into more clarity. So always we're looking for balance. At ease, but not sleepy. Aware, but not agitated. So we'll do this for some minutes together. I'll ring the chime. And as you begin, Harvey and I will sing one further invocation. So just begin observing your breath. Kyabda galwanam tangyer mebe, Gondrin sumden trinchen lama che, Rigzin shorme tupten chatsola, Solwadep sonyamlen tarchin shro. beginning again, you can continue this practice of observing your breath. If you have another practice that you were doing, you can use this time for that practice. Begin again. Take a minute just to be and digest whatever you're feeling right now. Not trying to meditate or just being with yourself quietly for another minute. And we'll close with our dedications. Top of page 22. And we'll want, when we get there, we would like somebody who's not a... Would you light the candle when we get there? We're not there yet. Okay. Or no, you're going to drum. We can't. There's somebody else. John, would you be the candle lighter when we get there? Okay. Different kinds of prayers, connecting with the lineage, specifically sharing or dedicating our merit, praying that the fruition of our practice will be increased wisdom, continued connection with the Dharma, lineage prayer, and prayer, long life prayers for our teachers, followed by the lighting of the candle, prayers for everybody. Awareness holder, Gyurme Dorje, Pema Wanji Gel Majesty's child, and Jadsun Gun Sangchi Me Wang Mo, may my practice come to completion. By this good may I swiftly once become a great guru, lead all beings, everyone, to reach to that very ground. In all lives may I good lamas meet, never part and rich in dharma be, complete all grounds, paths, good qualities, swiftly attain the Dorje Changste. Able teacher, treasure, Julong Chen, holder of his teaching, Jigme Ling, peerless lamas, words until world's end, we here think, meditate your teaching. 25. In a pure land ringed by snow mountains, source of bliss and benefit for all, powerful Denzin Jatso Chenrezi, lotus feet please stay hundreds of years, fill vast space with your activities. Om Swasti. Flawless refuge sources give blessings, teacher, protector, kind Dharma Lord, Jorme Tupten Jatso wondrous good, lotus feet ever, deeds everywhere. Namo Guru, and then the verse at the top of 27. Namo Guru, glorious, wise K, bright, soon, and kind song. Now that your work here has subsided, please think of our pain, sad suffering. We pray you quickly take form again. Min and Harvey like the waxing moon, may your life and merit flourish grow. Through the threefold skillful pundit's deeds, live long benefiting all you meet. By the true power of two Vajra truths, three jewels, three roots, Buddha's compassion, faithful Sangha and aspiration, may this prayer be realized at once. The prayer for Dawn Mountain on page 32. May there be a great fine new temple, great seat for all high practice learning, which having spread in all directions, male and female yogis everywhere, practice and further the teachings there. As you can see, prayer is also, in addition to silence and very personal kind of cultivation, prayer is also an important element for us. And it's there because there is a belief that there is the potential for these things to occur. There is the potential for us to grow and remain connected with our own best qualities. There is the potential for long life and best use of life. So it's an optimistic kind of thing. It's part of the celebration of the possibility that is implicit in the foundational belief in what Buddhists call Buddha nature or emptiness. Is really there is possibility. We're not locked into whatever the situation is right now. So our prayers, our aspirations of different kinds are a kind of testament to that possibility, because really nothing is stuck. Things are in motion. Okay. Then, so, and because of that, we have a very special aspiration for all beings. So that's on the sheet, the aspiration. May all beings always have happiness and its causes. May all beings always be free of pain and its causes. He's just getting that. Thank you. Over here. Thanks.
Is that going to work?
It'll work.
We should pitch that.
Yeah, throw that. Put that somewhere where we'll take it out, John. So since it's no good anymore. Thank you. Maybe we could keep a small lighter over here now that we have this custom. There is a purple lighter there? Okay. Working purple lighter. Okay. Another add to the roster of greeter things to do is to check the lighter and make sure that it works.
Just leave it with the one candle that's lit.
Excellent.
Great.
We light this lamp of clarity with all of you in mind. May the glow of love and wisdom be with us till we all together arise as a mandala of enlightenment.
So we dedicate our practice for all beings, and particularly Nam Danwai Dr. Cannard and Eve, Dan C., Dan P., Valerie Stevens and Guy P., Danny's mother, Concezione, Norme Dunn, Bohis, Bobby, all ill children, Jorge, Dolores Barron, Arun Shah, Larry, Greg Hall, Joanne Hutton, Kate Hutton, Harry, John Pfeiffer Sr., Kathy Johnson, Don and Patrick, Deb Johnson, Nick Edelman and family, Pat Sinclair and family, Don, Cynthia, Alicia, Francis, Dennis Rose, Richard Darcy, Chime Lee, Lori Ludwig, Jeanette Fontenot, Charles Fontenot and family, Carlo Fontenot and family, Lisa Mazzone, Elizabeth, Jenny, John and Jenny Casey, Tyler Nellis and Alex Nellis, Mary Alice, Michael, Sophia, Omar, Miranda, Linda, Marie Chu, Christian, Martine, Susan, Jimmy Hall Bardo, James Hall, Haley Moser, and the Hall family.
Douglas D's father in Bardo.
Douglas D's father in the Bardo.
Ekadzati has her. We close with prayer to Ekadzati, who is the protectoress of this lineage. And we have, yes, huh? Yes, please, if you would. Are you doing the drum? Is somebody, Terry can offer? Okay, excellent. Om Belden Ekadzati Dang Dangso Kyapchuk Rahula Tamchen Dorje Lekpa So Nimkik Nyamba Densung So Tamse Jutsi Dorma Bol Nelcher Dakla Gungop Cho Wei Tinle Mael Juk Hong Belden Ekadzati Dang Dangso Kyapchuk Rahula Tamchen Dorje Lekpa So Nimkik Nyamba Densung So Tamse Dutsi Dorma Bol Nelchar Dakla Gungo Cho Wei Chinle Mael Druk Hong Belden Ekadzati Dang Transo Kyapchuk Rahula Tamchen Dorje Lekpa So Ninkig Nyamba Densung So Tamse Dutsi Dorma Bol Nelchar Dakla Gungo Cho Wei Chinle Mael Druk Hong Glorious Ekadzati and Rishi Vishnu Rahula Oathbound Dorje Lekpa, all hardest and Skardian host, take this Torma and refuge. Guard this yogi, give refuge. Keep your trust, your deeds alive. Hong Belden Ekadzati Dang Kamso Kyapchuk Rahula Tamchen Dorje Lekpa So Ningtik Nyamba Densung So Tamse Dutsi Dorma Bo Neljar Dakla Gungo Cho Wei Tinle Mael Hong Ekadzati Dang Kanso Kyapchuk Rahula Tamchen Dorje Lekpa So Ningtik Nyamba Densung So Tamse Dutsi Dorma Bo Neljar Dakla Gongo Cho Wei Tinle Mael Druk Hong Belden Ekadzati Dang Kanso Kyapchuk Rahula Tamchen Dorje Lekpa So Ningtik Nyamba Densung So Tamse Dutsi Dorma Bo Neljar Dakla Gongo Cho Wei Chinle Mael True. Faithful student. Thank you.
Thank you.
Faithful student. Okay. And one more minute. Faithful student song on page 33. I, as precious 3 gems from deep in my pain heart, see me with compassion. I have no other hope. This dear human body, impermanence besets. Do you not fear your death, good and faithful student? The 5 skandhas gather and disperse, who knows when. Heartily think on death, good and faithful student. Karma never deceives, so give up wrongful thoughts. Engage Dharma wholly, good and faithful student. This false world will deceive. Be free of attachment. Pursue liberation. Good and faithful student.
Your
Mind not too pointed, with unchanging faithful love. Lama walks with Loma, good and faithful student. Jur me Tipton Jatso, when heart holds him Lama, there's no better guidance. Keep heart talk in your heart. Ah-ho, ah-la-la-ho. Pleasing praise song I offer. Ah-ho, ah-la-la-ho. Pleasing praise song I offer. Wonderful. Thank you for coming. See you tomorrow. We'll continue. Umya benzra guru bema siddhiyum. Umya benzra guru bema siddhiyum. Umya benzra guru Obema Siddhi. Okay, so we are here tomorrow, and then we're not here Thursday and Friday. Saturday is from 10 to 1 is the class, the secret mantra class. And Sunday is our usual meditation at 11 o'clock. And then that continues. And then next Wednesday and Thursday is instruction on the green Tara practice to prepare for the green Tara formal practice, making Tara real, as we say. Nothing happened, but it was close. Formal practice of green Tara. This is, it's a wonderful opportunity to practice and feel the tender exquisiteness of green Tara over the weekend. And Lori is coming. I just got an email. So we'll instruct and run through the practice on Thursday. Friday during the day we will set up the mandala and so on. And Lori wants to teach people to make the tormas. For those of you who would like that, I think that's Friday afternoon. I'll look at the exact time. And also anyone who would like further training in the music, the longhorns, the drum, which some of you are expert in already, and so on. So that's all available because that's part of the practice. Okay, enjoy. See you tomorrow. Bye.